Now, basil is something that I use a lot of, especially in the vegetable garden. So I'm just going to go heavy. I am going to overseed because eventually when these are ready to be potted up, I can just divide them. So I can get 12 plants or 12 containers from here, and I am putting about, I don't know, 5 to 10 seeds in there per container. This is what I did last year and it worked out great for me. Instead of having 1 or 2 seeds per container, I just went heavy on the seeds and then I divided. And I have 2 types of basil here. This is purple basil and this is Mammolo basil. So purple and Mammolo. They were started on the 15th of March. And if you are wondering why I overseeded these, it's because I am going to be dividing each one of these plugs into 2 or 3, depending how many seeds I get there germinated. So I will be getting 12 here from this container. And let me show you purple and regular basil. This is the Mammolo basil and this is just the basil purple. They were both started on the 15th of March and they will be potted up today. Isn't that gorgeous? They definitely need to be moved out. Okay, so it is time to do basil this time. And this is just one way to do it, you guys. You don't have to do it this way, obviously. Now they're starting to outgrow their little containers. And basically, this is what I have. And then you might be wondering, wow, this is gonna be really hard to divide, you know, if you want just one plant. I have, let's see, I have 2, 4, I have about 15 plants here. And what I'm going to do basically is I'm just going to use a knife. Yes, this is the way that I did it last year and it worked great. I'm just going to look, depending how many seeds you have here, if you only have like 6 plants here, I will just do half. But right here I got plenty, so that I'm going to basically just divide this in 3. Normally I would have a cutting board, but oh well. And that's it. I have 3 containers here, or I have 3 plants that will be ready for 3 different containers. This is too much. Okay. And still, over here I have 5 plants. So what might happen in the future, before I transplant this, or when I am ready to transplant these, is that I will divide those in half. Like right here I have 3 plants. I can actually just put this straight into the raised beds when these are ready to go outside. And that's what I did last year anyway. I had 3 or 4 plants in one little container that I started indoors, and that's what I took outside, and the plants just did just fine. So right here, from one little container, I basically have 3 plants now. So I'm just going to keep on going. And like these guys over here, I only have 3 plants there. So what I'm going to do is that I'm not even going to bother trying to divide like the roots. I'm just going to go here. And if I lose 1 or 2 plants because the way that I am dividing them, I can live with that. Now you will not see me doing this with tomatoes because I will save every single tomato plant that I can if I am able. There you go. So this is basically all the basil that I got from those 3 containers, you guys. I am really happy with everything. It's kind of messy the way that I do this, but it works, and I am sure that these plants will do just fine. Let me show you all the basil, you guys. Basil, it's doing amazing, just awesome. I have purple basil, Mammolo basil, Genovese basil, and it's doing great. Basil is one of those herbs that is so easy to grow. I have it as a focal point in front of my raised beds, in between tomatoes, next to zucchini and peppers, next to the marigolds. If I can grow basil the way that I do, you guys, I know that you can as well. You saw how easy it is to start basil from seed. And this basil that you guys are seeing here in my vegetable garden has been here for about a month and a half. We are at the end of June, and I transplanted all of these basil seedlings here at the second week of May. And all I added when I transplanted the seedlings here was add a little bit of the Dr. Earth's fertilizer that I use for everything else in my vegetable garden. I haven't done anything special since then other than give them water here and there when they need it. And actually a couple of days ago, I came again and I gave them another dose of the same fertilizer. I just grab a handful and I apply it to the ground around the plant, and that's all I did. For the past couple of years, I have been growing just the green, regular basil that you find anywhere at your local store. Genovese and Mammolo basil are the ones that I like, mainly because the leaves are bigger than the normal basil that you could find. But this year, I started growing this purple basil, and one of the things that I noticed is that if you have the purple basil in full sun from morning to evening, that they're going to get a little bit of green. They're going to get a little bit of a bleach going on. I have more purple basil in another spots in my vegetable garden where they get a little bit more shade during the evening time, and they are a lot darker and deeper in color. It really doesn't matter to me. I just wanted to try it for the first time this year, and I like it. I like it so far. So now that the basil has been here for about a month and a half, it wants to go to seed. It has been warm, it has been raining a lot, and whenever I'm out here, I am constantly just pitching the blooms that want to become flower. But right about this point, when my tomatoes are still green, I don't have anything maturing quite yet, that's when I come here and I take my first huge harvest of basil. I don't take just the leaves like many people do. I come straight for the branch all the way down. I make sure to cut in between two leaves forming. That way the plant has a chance to branch out. It's good. And my basil bush that I had here originally is going to look like this. It's going to look a little bit sad, but here in a few weeks, it's just going to be back to being full and healthier and stronger than it was before. So what do you guys think? Not bad, huh? This is the first harvest that I do for basil. I have been coming here and picking, a few leaves here and there, but this is the big one. I am going to be really busy making pesto inside. By the way, do you guys have a nice pesto recipe that maybe you add some ingredients that not a lot of people know? Let me know in the comments. What I decided to do was to leave all of the purple basils as they are. I am just going to be harvesting from the green ones, nothing really personal. I just like the look of the purple plants where they are, and hopefully the pollinators like the flowers as well. This is it, you guys. If you guys are not growing basil from seed in your own gardens, maybe you can give it a try. It is super easy. Like I said, if I can do it, you can definitely do this. That's it for this video, you guys. I hope that you enjoy it, and I will see you on the next video.